All right, we're speaking with Matthew Lillard. When I mention Matthew Lillard to most people,
easy for you to say.
Yeah, I know, right?
Matthew, at least you didn't come on and go Matthew Lillard. That's no start.
Oh my God, yeah. So when I say Matthew Lillard, they go, "What are you talking about? Do you need a doctor?" And you're coming to Silver Scream Con this weekend here in beautiful Worcester. And that's the big news, is that some of the Scream cast, the OG cast, will be there. And then earlier this year, it was revealed that there's going to be a Scream 7, and somehow Stu, your character, is going to be coming back.
That is correct. These are not lies.
Can you give us a clue on how that's going to happen? I'm guessing no.
Oh, Mike, I'm so glad we jumped on the phone today because I'm prepared to release the entire plot.
Yes, I knew it.
Scream 7. You have an exclusive, my man.
Yeah.
Today's your day, bro.
Woo!
Today is the day. You heard it here first. So we open up on Stu coming to listen, in a movie like that, there's very little I can say. I'm in it. That's what I can say.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be back. I think the fans are going to get a kick out of the film. Kevin Williamson, the original writer, is back, and he's written and directed it. Nev's back, which is fun. I'm back. So there's it's testing. It is a very Hollywood thing. It's testing through the roof right now, which is exciting. So, look, hopefully, the movie finds an audience and kids are excited and people come out to see it, and, the franchise will keep going. If for some reason I'm the thing that kills the franchise, that would suck.
You are,
really
yes.
Suck.
You seem very apprehensive, despite being in the original movie and being phenomenal in that, and one of the most memorable parts of this whole series. It seems like you're kind of nervous about this. I mean, we're 7 movies in. I don't know if you'll be able to damage the legacy at this point. Why do you feel so apprehensive about this?
Because I had, because of all the things you just said, I have an incredible role in a huge franchise, and the only thing you can, I'm not going to go back and build on that in any way. The only thing I could kind of do is tarnish it. I mean, the reality is that, the relationship between I and Scream has been fantastic, right? People love the movie. It's iconic. And it's aged well over time, as, they've done 7 of them now.
Yeah.
So, the only thing I can do is go back and be like, oh, why did Matthew Lillard come back? He ruined all the goodwill. That's possible. I could suck. And the movie could suck, and then people go, "Oh, that's it. We've jumped the shark. Scream 7's the end. They should have ended on 6. Goodbye, Scream." So if I'm the element that comes in and ruins everything, that would be brutal. I would hate that. Because I love the franchise. The franchise it means a lot to me. It was a huge part of my childhood. Like, some people go to college. Me and that crew of people didn't necessarily go to college, and we had an experience of a lifetime in Sonoma, California, all those years ago shooting that movie. So, I am a fan of the movie as well. I love the franchise. I love, everyone involved, and so it's a lot of weight. I'd much rather be the guy worried about screwing things up than the guy who takes it for granted. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, 7, and I like how you also said, well, I hope young people like it. And it's like, my daughter's 21. And she loves those movies, so I think you'll be all right. But then at the same time, and not to make you feel worse, all that other stuff you said could definitely happen. So good luck. With that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The good news is that going in, the script was great, and that's the only thing you can bet on in this crazy industry is that you hope you have good words to say.
So
I think it's gonna be fun.
Is that so? That's to you as someone who's written and directed. That's the thing, right? It comes down to the writing.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I know it's a mix, but you got to start with a good story, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, that's no great actor can make a bad script good, right? You can, there's nothing you can do if at the end of the day the twist doesn't work. The character isn't, full-bodied and someone interesting to watch. Like, if it's a bad script, we've all seen it. I mean, it happens to Hollywood all the time. You're like, how are these movies getting made? This is garbage. You sit there and it's like, it doesn't even make sense, And, no amount of special effects can work. Can work to make a movie good. And so, and that's the truth. And so when we're looking at stuff, when you're trying to feed your kids, you get an offer, you just hope that script can hold water. I mean, that's the number one thing. And then, yes, obviously a good director is good, a good cast is great, but none of those things can fix a bad script.
Yeah, absolutely. There's other news. You're very busy when it comes to movies. I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, it's so funny. You were going through the opening sequence. You're like, no, he's the guy from Scream. He's the guy from Scooby-Doo. Now, without a doubt, the biggest thing in my life right now is Five Nights at Freddy's. That franchise, came out last year, made $300 million. When it released on Peacock the same weekend that it went to theaters, I don't think anyone understood the enormity of that fan base, the veracity of that fan base. And so they came out, supported the film. I think the film was good. I think the second movie is going to be fantastic. I'm actually going to see the movie tomorrow night for the first time. So I'm really excited to get eyes on it. But again, that's a movie that, I think that that the script got better, the expectations got higher, and I think that, the creative team really executed. I'm really excited for that movie. That movie comes out in December, so that one's coming out first. So I'm thrilled to be a part of that. That is a huge franchise. That movie, that part is like a huge part, so it's fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how old were you when you started? Like, how old were you when you started acting, whether it was a movie or a commercial or a TV show? When did you actually start doing it? I
mean, look, I was a kid who sucked at everything in high school, right? I was obese. I had a severe learning disability. School was not my jam. And in 8th grade, I found acting. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I did a play in 8th grade, and I literally was hooked. And from that point on, all the way through high school, I went to junior college for a year, tried to be a normal student, wasn't great at it. But it's the only thing I've ever done. It's the one thing that I loved. It's the one thing I was good at as a kid. It was the one thing as a kid that was lost on the outside. And listen, if there's a lot of punk rockers listening to the show right now, people understand, sometimes you just feel like you don't fit in like everyone else. And for me, I found my place in theater. And so I kept going. My first movie was a movie called Serial Mom with John Waters.
Oh, yeah. So good.
Incredible. 21 years old. I was in New York in school at Circle in the Square. I got a call back. I got the job, walked into my waiting job and quit. I literally quit on a Friday night. And I haven't gone back yet. I mean, it's only a matter of time, really, before I'm back on the floor humping cheeseburgers around. But, so at 21, I started working and I've had ups and downs. It's ebbed and flowed. I thought there were times in my life I would never do another movie. I would never be in another TV show. At some point I was like, maybe I go just quit and teach for the rest of my life. So I've been sort of all over the map. It feels like when you look at my career, it's been all up and all good, but it's been a long road. I'm 55 years old and I'm still working, and I'm one of the lucky ones. That's for sure.
Well, that's kind of the nature of the business, right? I mean, it's just it could end at any minute. I mean, for the entertainment 100%. Business anyway.
100%. Yeah. I mean, listen, you look at rock bands, how many one-hit wonders are out there?
Right.
Actors have the same thing. You have a shelf life of sort of creative relevance. And I've just been lucky enough to sort of, in those down times, right, as it ebbs, I've been able to find things that get me through to another moment where I pick up a little, just a little heat and and catching a couple more jobs. And right now is in this moment right now, I'm having an incredible run. I'm doing Daredevil next year. I'm in Cross next year. We're going to do Five Nights at Freddy's 3, one would assume. So things are good. I'm really happy and really, really, really blessed.
There are 2 movies you're involved with that are
Am I too sincere? Am I too sincere for this? I'm too sincere, Mike. I should be cussing more.
No.
I should be drunk.
No.
I should be drunk right now.
Well, do you want me to? You want to have a few drinks? I can call you back. But I mean, no. That's Yeah, you're being real, man. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
What's the math, dude? I cannot be an asshole.
No, you're not being an asshole.
I have to be way more punk rock. It's
no. Nobody's going to be listening. Listen to this buffoon. Who the hell does he think he is?
Look at this monkey head.
Yeah, what the hell with this? This knucklehead. So you brought up something. You were talking about your early life. You were kind of lost. You were obese, and I was just like, oh my God, that's Fat Kid Rules the World. That's one of my favorite movies. And is that why you wanted to direct that movie? Because you found some similarities in that main character?
Yes. Oh, God, yes.
It's so good.
I did a book on tape. It's a long story, but I did a book on tape. I read the first chapter. I broke out into tears. And I literally I've never done a book on tape before or since. I literally walked out of the studio, called my manager. I'm like, I have to make this into a movie. And, look, that's an incredible story. It took 6 years to get it made,
Oh, my God.
Longer than that. It took longer than that. It actually ended up, from soup to nuts, it took like 9 years for it to get to the South by Southwest Film Festival. It won Audience Award there. Super proud of it. Took a year to get, direct and then produce and then, sort of get it on its feet. And then, it's nobody's seen it. It's one of those movies that got, eaten alive in the independent film world and never really saw the light of day after it won the film festival. And it's one of the sad things in my life. I thought I walked out of that movie. I'm like, I'm done acting. I'm going to direct the rest of my life. And I haven't directed since, which is really sad. And,
well,
that movie is fantastic. And look, I think that people, to me, Hollywood needs to tell more of those stories. I think there are enough people out there feeling like they don't fit in rather than the ones that do fit in, right?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I love a good, like Scream movie or John Wick or a Marvel movie, but that movie has more heart and more soul than so many movies that are out there right now. That's what I like at Silver Scream Con. It's what we've been the running theme, what we've been talking about. It's for the misfits and the outsiders and the people, and they can all come together at things like Silver Scream Con and realize that, they can have a lot of fun, but they're also not alone. There's other freaks in the world like you, and it's going to be okay, which, that's what I get from it.
I totally agree. I think that, there's a couple of things like that. Vans Warped Tour used to have that, every pulls up into your city, 40 bands play in one day and they take off the next day to go to another city. And today you get to go out and buy all your band shirts for the year and sort of like, all the merch stuff that you get to sort of identify yourself as and see a bunch of killer bands. Same thing here. I feel like it's like Christmas Day for kids in this community, certainly in and around Massachusetts and Worcester. If you're hearing this and you're curious, I've never been to this con, but I know Spencer really well. It's a celebration of horror, a celebration of music. Iceman Kills is a band that's flying up the charts and becoming more and more relevant, opening for Metallica all over the world. And,
right?
They're having a moment. So it's super fun, and I think Spencer's world class and a great guy, and I think he throws a hell of a con.
That's awesome. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you and the rest of the Screamcast, and excited that your Stu is coming back in Scream 7, and. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Matthew Lillard, and thanks for taking the time. And we'll see you at the DCU Center this coming weekend.
No doubt. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate you helping us get the word out. Much love.